It is exactly 8:33 p.m. on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. Seems to have finally quieted down in this corner. The BLM hate stalking mobile that's been sitting there for days and days now in the same exact spot was blasting music for approximately 7.5 hours, starting at around 11 this morning and going up until just about 20 minutes ago. That's more like 8 hours. So that hate stalking reject's job is to sit in that vehicle and blast music throughout the entire neighborhood for hours and hours every day. He finally shut it down, literally shut it down 20 minutes ago. So now I can enjoy the evening with my window open and not have to listen to that piece of shit's blasting music throughout the entire neighborhood. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who doesn't walk around wearing earplugs all day and is not aware of what this piece of shit keeps doing. But I call it the BLM hate stalking mobile because that's exactly what it is. I avoid that mobile, meaning that giant silver SUV, at all costs, because on multiple occasions over the last couple of years, whoever likes to sit in that vehicle blasting music and screaming and shouting for hours has started shouting and screaming stuff out of the windows of that vehicle at me while I've been walking past it, simply minding my own business, coming and going from the building or even just going to the store. But now they're quiet, so this is nice. Beautiful evening. It's cloudy, kind of stormy, a little bit rainy. It's maybe 58 degrees, 55, 58 degrees, so it does not quite feel like summer. It's actually fairly chilly right now, but I love it. They seem to have cleaned up the hate stalking psycho circus that's been camped out on that corner right there and on that corner all day today. And again, it's finally quiet enough that you can enjoy the evening with the window open and not have to walk around wearing earplugs or playing your own music really loud so you don't have to hear the nonstop music from the BLM hate stalking mobile pictured right here. This is nice. This is actually really nice. Beautiful evening. I love this kind of weather. I love it when it's a bit cloudy, a bit stormy, a bit dark, a bit unpredictable. I like unpredictability, especially in the weather. You're fucking kidding me. Sounds like I spoke too soon. Jesus Christ. Wow. I'm starting to think that they're not sitting in that vehicle. I'm starting to think that they're remotely operating the Bluetooth speaker system on that vehicle just to annoy the neighborhood. Can you hear that? So as soon as I said that it's quiet and I can finally enjoy the evening, yeah, guess not. Oh, the shitheads are back. Jesus Christ. In the meantime, I've had to leave 2 voicemails for the Greenville group over the course of the afternoon today regarding the fact that I can't use the water to any of the taps in this unit because the water stinks like vomit. And the water to this kitchen tap was not stinking like vomit earlier, and now it stinks like vomit. And I keep having to go down the hall to the common bathroom and use the tap in the common bathroom where the water does not stink like vomit. It doesn't stink like anything at all because nobody is messing with the water to the tap in the common bathroom down the hall. They're messing to the water to this unit. And that's something I keep mentioning in these videos, that Jasmine Irizarry, Greenville's paid, sponsored career criminal who brags that she is an IT expert and a structural engineer, aka plumber, who gets paid to solve problems, is putting boogers in the water to my shower, and that I should enjoy the boogers that she's putting in my hair. These are comments made directly by somebody going by the name of Jasmine Irizarry on YouTube, and who has referenced a number of details pertaining to things that happen in this unit that nobody besides myself should know anything about, but that she accurately described, and therefore I have reason to believe that it is her. In the meantime, there are rodents in here, and I spent the entire afternoon doing a lot of cleaning, changing the sheets, mopping under my bed, and now this place is actually really nice and clean. Check this out. So nice, so neat and clean, so pleasant to be in spite of the rodents that keep running through here. So everything is quite neat in here, very clean. And all I'm doing is running that water because it stinks like vomit now, when it wasn't stinking like vomit a couple of hours ago. But the water to my bathroom shower head and bathroom tap were stinking like vomit. Now the water to all 3 taps stinks like vomit. So I'm just going to run it because the Greenville group are negligent. They're apparently, according to their own comments about Jasmine Irizarry, paying Jasmine Irizarry to use some type of a valve system to contaminate the water to my kitchen tap and therefore also to my bathroom, because the intake pipe that brings water from the street or from the main pipe into this tap goes through this wall, takes a left, and goes into my bathroom. So whatever comes out of that kitchen tap also ends up coming out of the taps in the shower head to my bathroom and the bathroom tap to my bathroom. However, this unit is very nice and clean. Changed the sheets. Everything is fresh, brand new, mopped under the bed, mopped around the bed. And I just discovered while I was doing a little bit of clearing out, this gift set that I got just a few weeks ago from a friend that brought this over from Israel. I'm a big Israel supporter. I can't tell which way is up here. Okay, I think this is the correct way. I'm a supporter of Israel. I'm also part Jewish. And people who don't like me are guilty of anti-Semitism. Just like they claim that I'm some kind of a white supremacist because I don't like their behavior. Well, if they don't like me, then they're anti-Semites. So all these beautiful items that were part of a nice little gift set that I got from Israel. I just noticed this afternoon. Is this upside down? See, I mean, I'm not. There we go. It's a little travel notebook. Look at this. It's so cute. I think it's from, I think the logo is actually the Israel airline. And these are little notebooks and little boxes of stationery, chargers, and a luggage tag. I love it. Love it. I'd forgotten about this little gift that I was gifted by a friend a few weeks ago and just realized that I still have it. Oh, and look, a pen. You know, pens are kind of like a small thing, but when it's a nice pen and it has like a nice heavy feel to it, it's a nice gift, definitely. So I'm excited about that. I like to reuse and recycle my tape. If I can actually save the tape, I save the tape. So this table is perfect for recycling tape on, so I can reuse them to close bags of chips and things like that. So look at this cute little gift set right here. And, you know, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my evening in spite of the shithole scum blasting their music out on the street. I mean, I have to keep my window open because there's always somebody in the bathroom of 78 smoking, burning and propagating sickening, nauseating amounts of cigar marijuana smoke, which is obviously the perving, creeping, paid, hate-stalking psychopath, Jasmine Irizarry, who is being permitted by the Greenville group to continually, intermittently access the bathroom behind this wall where she constantly makes her presence known, deliberately for purposes of harassment, intimidation, and harm. But you know what? This place is clean. There are mice running through here constantly, but it's not because I don't clean it. There were shreddings and mouse droppings all over this morning, so I just changed all the sheets. And now it's very comfortable. I'm not even that worried about the rodents. And the bathroom is clean in spite of the fact that the shower and all the water that's been coming out of that shower all afternoon and the water that's been coming out of that tap all afternoon have been stinking like vomit. But there's nothing anywhere in this bathroom that could possibly smell like vomit. Shampoo bottles don't smell like vomit. These are all sealed hygiene products that don't smell like vomit. And besides, I mean, smelling what's in these containers that smells like shampoo and nice scented floral soap, these are all sealed makeup and shampoo and skin care products that don't smell like vomit. The vomit smell only happens when I turn on the tap. So that's the water. And it doesn't happen when I go down to the bathroom down the hall. So it is unit specific, location restricted, and often is activity specific, meaning the stench only suddenly starts coming out of the taps when I'm trying to rinse off my face or fill up water bottles or brush my teeth or do something that requires the ingestion of that water, either by brushing my teeth or splashing it on my face. Then it gets into my eyes, and then I develop weird eye infections and stuff like that. So, this isn't an accident. When people who I've never seen before and don't know come up to me at the housing court or at Russian community social events and say, hey, your landlord are Russian mafia, maybe I should pay attention, especially when this kind of crazy stuff keeps happening and the water to now my kitchen tap stinks like vomit when it wasn't stinking like vomit 2 hours ago. And then the shithole scum out on the street only start blasting their music after I make videos about how they are not blasting their music. Then they suddenly start up again. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, so now they're doubling down and they're even louder than before. That's too bad. I'm going to call the police because this keeps happening every night. Not just every night, but every day. Every morning, this piece of shit is out here. So again, this mentally disturbed reject has been sitting in that vehicle or playing music out of that vehicle since 11 o'clock this morning. And it is now almost 9 p.m. That's like a full-time job, just sitting around perving and creeping and whacking off in his BLM hay stalking mobile, blasting music throughout the neighborhood and disrupting everybody's peace. Yeah, time to call the police. I mean, it's been going on for 8.5 hours. This piece of shit has no life, obviously mentally disturbed, sits in their vehicle for hours or plays music out of that vehicle. I don't know if there's physically anyone in here. Oh, look, more hate stalking rejects. It's funny how they always congregate like right in that spot and then they never leave. Because they're a bunch of hate stalking, rejected, no life, low life, beta male, BLM activist, career thugs. That's weird. Strange spot to hang out in. Strange spot to be playing music from for 8 hours all day long. Nobody does anything about it. Do you hear anyone else in the neighborhood doing that kind of shit? Too bad this camera's blurry. Funny how they all like live in that building right there. It's a holding pen for sex offender, hate stalking, psycho trash. Most of them are sex offenders or other types of career thugs who have verifiable issues with women. Can't leave women alone. Think that women owe them something. Think that if you have boobs, then you're nothing but a walking set of boobs. Isn't driving on the sidewalk illegal? I think it's a violation to drive on the sidewalk. They're all really angry, these involuntarily celibate beta male rejects. And you just see that happening out on the street corner all day long. They're miserable, angry, and involuntarily celibate because they're pieces of shit. They don't understand why women don't want to have anything to do with them. It's too bad. So I'm starting to think that there is not actually anybody sitting in that vehicle because it's been blasting music like an autopilot speaker on wheels for 8.5 hours all day today. I think somebody's remotely controlling the Bluetooth sound system on that vehicle from another location, and they're just blasting music for the heck of it just to disrupt the neighborhood. Either way, I now have 3 videos of this vehicle right here blasting music nonstop directly below these windows late at night and disrupting the peace of the neighborhood so I can take them to court and get an anti-harassment order. And then the next time they do this, I can call the police and have this person arrested. Let's do that, shall we? Sounds like a plan. It's funny how that silver vehicle was backed right up to this one so that you can't see the license plate. Look at how they're parked. They're parked so that you can't see the license plate on either of these vehicles. And they were in that exact position yesterday and the day before. But then they blast music from these vehicles all day long and all night long. But yet they park like literally 6 inches from each other so you can't get a look at the license plate number. That's interesting. So it's now right around 9 p.m. on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. And one or the other, both of these vehicles have been blasting music throughout the entire day, starting at 11 o'clock this morning and going all the way through now. And if this continues much longer, I will call the police for the second time in the last 4 days regarding this kind of harassment that disrupts the peace of everybody in the neighborhood and prevents me from being able to relax with my window open for any amount of time.